Get ready for our top UFC knockout countdown. From huge punches to amazing head kicks, these moments have amazed fans and left fighters on the floor. Which ones are unforgettable? Let's jump in and enjoy the exciting action. Number 10. Rashad Evans vs. Chuck Liddell, UFC 88. In an epic battle that shook up the MMA world, Rashad Evans grabbed everyone's attention with a powerful overhand right that hit like a speeding train, knocking former champ Chuck Liddell to the ground with a loud crash that echoed across the Octagon. This amazing show of strength not only shot Evans into the top ranks of title contenders, but also marked a key moment that put his name down in light heavyweight history. With this huge knockout, Evans confirmed he was a tough competitor, making a lasting impact on the sport and changing his career forever. Number 9. Holly Holm vs. Ronda Rousey, UFC 193. In a super memorable UFC moment, Holly Holm surprised everyone by beating undefeated champ Ronda Rousey with a huge head kick and a bunch of punches. This win made Holm a legend in MMA and shows how anything can happen in this sport. Number 8. Lyoto Machida vs. Vitor Belfort, UFC 224. The Machida then performed the move in a blinding speed and accuracy. He did it with a superfine front kick that knocked his opponent's, Vitor Belfort, down. Belfort couldn't believe it. This was the moment that tipped the scale in favor of Machida's karate skills. This also drew the attention of the people when UFC acquired him as one of the strong kickboxers and drives for more action in the ring. Number 7. Gabriel Gonzaga vs. Mirko Cro Cop, UFC 70. When MMA newbie Gabriel Gonzaga faced off with the legendary Mirko Cro Cop, everyone knew what to expect. Nobody, however, expected the newcomer to win that way, let alone with such a superb technique as the massive head kick that has now entered the MMA history books. This defeat, however, only confirmed that it is not easy to get into the title fight and that Gonzaga was hence precluded from the contest for a championship. Number 6. Joaquin Buckley vs. Impa Kasanganay, UFC Fight Night. Joaquin Buckley scored an amazing knockout with an incredible spinning back kick that knocked Impa Kasanganay out cold. This awesome finish made Buckley famous and showed that he's one of the most exciting new fighters in the UFC. Number 5. Conor McGregor vs. Jose Aldo, UFC 194. In a big fight, Conor McGregor beat champion Jose Aldo really fast with a lightning-quick left hook that knocked Aldo out in just 13 seconds. This knockout showed how amazing McGregor is at striking and made him a huge star in MMA. Number 4. Francis Ngannou vs. Alistair Overeem, UFC 218. Francis Ngannou showed off his incredible strength with a huge uppercut that knocked Alistair Overeem down in a spectacular way. This knockout scared the other heavyweights and proved that Ngannou is one of the scariest fighters out there. Number 3. George Masvidal vs. Ben Askren, UFC 239. In a show of amazing athleticism, George Masvidal made history with the fastest knockout in UFC, knocking out Ben Askren with a flying knee in just 5 seconds. This knockout showed how great Masvidal is at striking and scared the other welterweights. Number 2. Edson Barboza vs. Terry Etim, UFC 142. Edson Barboza scored one of the craziest knockouts ever in UFC by spinning and kicking Terry Etim so fast he was out before he hit the ground. This knockout showed how awesome Barboza's striking skills are and made him even more exciting in the lightweight division. Number 1. Dan Henderson vs. Michael Bisping, UFC 100. In a huge UFC fight, Dan Henderson showed off his amazing striking skills by landing his famous overhand right perfectly, knocking Michael Bisping down hard. This knockout was the exciting end to a rematch everyone was waiting for, making Henderson a legend in the sport. With this big win, Henderson made his mark in MMA history, showing he's one of the best in combat sports. From super quick hits to really hard punches, these knockouts have made a big impact on MMA. Which one blew your mind? Tell us in the comments. And make sure to subscribe for more exciting UFC moments.